Bro, Oppenheimer is the worst film of 23. I just got out of the theater. First of all, for a movie that just came out, it was me and one other dude in the theater, and I went to a prime time weekend 6 p.m. showing. First of all, this movie is bombing at the box office. I honestly think that Christopher Nolan will be hard pressed to get another directing job, especially even if you don't want to go by box office numbers, going by film quality. This is easily the worst film, not just of the year, not just of the decade. They want to put on the poster, this is one of the most important films of the century. This is one of the worst films of the century. First off, this man hasn't directed a good film in 20 plus years. That's right, I said 20 plus. Dark Knight fanboys, that movie was garbage compared to the Tim Burton originals. Inception, get an original concept. Dream within a dream. How about Requiem for a Dream, motherfucker? And this clown has gone on to direct films that make absolutely no sense. All right? Tenet? Garbage. Absolute garbage. Dunkirk was a bore. All the way back to fucking, what was that movie that basically launched his career? Memento? Memento? There was no Memento. I was asleep 30 minutes into that film. This man does not know how to direct competently. His pacing is garbage, and Oppenheimer is the latest and greatest example of how incompetent filmmakers can make it in Hollywood. How this clown has had a job for 20 plus years is beyond me. How this clown has worked with some of the biggest names in Hollywood is beyond me. How he's got his head so far up the critical film populace's ass to the point where he can literally control them like puppets and they will write and sing his praises for every goddamn film that comes out is beyond me. This movie is garbage. Cinematically, garbage. Musically, the score, garbage. Acting-wise, you figure you at least get these AAA listing actors. Maybe they can at least turn this into some watchable, decent shit. Nope. Single takes all through. There's many errors in the film, speaking both historically and just within the film's continuity itself. Oppenheimer should have called it Plot Holeheimer, because that's all there is in this absolute fucking waste of a film. It's literal garbage in cinematic form. I expect this film to be nominated quite heavily, but not at the Oscars, at the Razzie Awards, because that's all this film deserves. There is nothing redeeming about Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer? How about Sleepenheimer? You'll be passed out within the first 5 minutes. You know two things walking into a Nolan film. Number one, it's overrated slop. And number two, the guy is so fucking pretentious, he doesn't know how to make a film that isn't 3 hours long, pandering and beating you over the head with whatever fucking message he wants to deliver this time. I mean, we shouldn't be expecting anything else at this point. This is the clown who told Christian Bale to growl as Batman, and that would be enough to hide his voice. Where is she? Well, I'll tell you what, where she won't be. She won't be sitting in the theater for Oppenheimer if she has half a brain. Okay? No one will be. No one was. This movie sucks, and the Nolan fanboys are joining in on the sucking by slobbering all over this dude's knob. I don't know what to do anymore. I spend so much time and money and hope begging that the industry can get back to the good old days. But we're so far removed from there, and trash like Oppenheimer proves it. All right, the fact that Christopher Nolan is still getting directing jobs after that absolutely disgusting film, The Dark Knight, proves that this industry is well and truly dead. Maybe it's me who's in denial. I'm weeping and grieving true cinema, but we haven't had a true cinematic film in at least 20 years. Probably longer than that if I thought about it. It's just a sad, cold, hard fact that you clowns are going to support this garbage at the box office with your hard-earned dollar. Well, that's on you. When you wake up in the morning and you have to look at yourself in the mirror, you may as well go ahead and put on your white face paint, your red rubber nose, and your rainbow-colored wig, 'cause you're nothing but a joke. You're nothing but a clown.